Hey, everyone. Welcome. Okay, let me see if I got this right here. Is my mic even on? Is my mic even working? Yesterday, my audio was so horrible. Sorry about that. It was I had my headset audio tied in direct, and I thought it was the microphone for the camera that I'm looking at right now. And it wasn't because it was tied to the headset. The headset was sitting there the whole time because I was going to use that to go live to Zoom. That's usually what I do. So this time we have great audio. So anyway, I'm excited. Welcome to December Dash Prep Session number 2. I am your host, William Mears. Brrr, let's see. I want to make sure that we're going live because I don't know if we are or not. Yes, we are. Okay, great. Let me know in the comments that you can see me and hear me okay. I'm pretty sure you can. Um, this time around, we should be able to do a little bit of Zoom work, which means yes, we're in Facebook Live. Yes, we're streaming live to YouTube. Yes, we're streaming to Twitter through Periscope. Yes, we're doing all that kind of stuff, right? You're going to see us everywhere for the December Dash, which is great. It makes it easy for you to find us, um, and no matter where you're at, we can find you. I'll find you. Sounds very creepy. But the cool thing is, I just put up a site. I've got to add a video to it, but the links are actually very self-explanatory for connecting with us, right? And also sharing ring ads with other people. So that way you have people to keep you accountable, right? And that site is actually called connectwithringads.com. So, yes, I just set that up not too long ago and should be live. There might be, like I said, the video is a placeholder. It's not done yet, but I'm working on that. And let me see if I can see if we can go over to the screen here. So yeah, you can see like I'll be updating on a daily basis the link for the live stream so that you can share that. Um, Part of this is for the accountability that we're going to run starting December 1st. But that's one of the main reasons why I want to set up the site. It's easier for me to track who's done what and when they've done it. So you can like and follow the Ring Ads Facebook page, join the Ring Ads Facebook group for free, of course. There's the subscription to the Ring Ads YouTube channel, which all videos are being live streamed over there. We're going to have a ton of other content on there as well. And we haven't added anything to Instagram yet. I've just been really busy right up into the last second here on every stream that I'm doing so far. But I'm pretty sure by December 1st we'll be able to start streaming the December Dash on Instagram as well. So not only that, but there's going to be a lot of stuff, a lot of updates over there as well. So you're going to want to follow us there, and then of course you can always follow us on Twitter if you're on Twitter. Live streams are shown on there through Periscope as well as any kind of updates that I tweet out, which I haven't done yet, but I will be doing. So that's our connect with ring ads. You can connect with ring ads by using these. I'll have a video detailing each step on how you can maximize your connections, kind of like what I did yesterday, and uh, it'll help you get notified like all the time, right? With Facebook's live stream, for example, we went live today. And if you haven't seen yesterday's session, I highly recommend it because I point you in the right direction on how to get a jump start and also things like how to highlight all the live streams and updates and things that come from ring ads. That way it's at the top of your news feed as opposed to mixed in. Mixed in's not bad. It's better than nothing, right? But top of the news stream or news feed and on Facebook is preferable because you're going to be able to see everything that we announce, right, in the groups and all that. So, okay. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, slides. Yes. So December Dash, session number 2. There she is. Let me see if I can get this working again. I know we had some issues yesterday. Nothing crazy, but should be better. I see comments here. Let me know where you're coming in, tuning in from. Um, and sometimes I can see who it is. Sometimes I can't. Sometimes it tells me it's a Facebook user. So I'm not sure if there's a way for you to. There you go. Couple questions. Looks like that. Okay. You know what? Let's just jump right into the questions, and then we'll do session 2 because these questions might be from yesterday. I'm thinking. So good. You can hear me loud and clear. That's good. Um, do we have to have? Oh, wait. You know what? How about this? How about we do it that way? That way you can see the questions. So do we have to have vertical chosen website set up, et cetera, for December 1st, or will some of these things be done starting on December 1st? I'm a little confused about that. You don't, well, okay, so that's a great question. Let me start with that. Let me back up and kind of guide you through what the hell we're doing, because it sounds like you know what we're doing, but only pieces of it. And so I want to give you kind of like a higher altitude view. These are preparation sessions, right? So, or fast start. I always like to say fast start. For some reason, my mind defaults to prep and prep sessions, preparation. But I like the way fast start sounds better because it really is. I mean, within a few days, you can have your entire agency built out, ready to go. That's fast. Okay. So, with the fast start, I'll start calling it that now. The idea is this week for 5 days, your goal is to get everything built, okay, so that when December Dash starts on the 1st of December, right, you are ready to go. Do you have to be? Absolutely. No. I mean, and this is going to be different for everyone. Some people are going to get this done in 2 days. Some people already have it done. Um, that have started. Some people need guidance, extra guidance, and it's going to extend into after December 1st, but they'll get started on the 4th or 5th or whatever works for your schedule, right? So it's totally up to you and your building pace and your speed, right? But I'm here to help guide you through that whole process and also what to do once you're past the building stages, right? Or have completed the building stages. That's what the December Dash is mostly about. So the idea is in order to maximize the like to gain every hour, minute, second, day, all that kind of stuff of the December Dash, you would in theory want all of this stuff done first and ready to go. Yes, by December 1st. Is it an absolute requirement in order for you to compete? No, no, there's no rule against that. Is it just me or is William's screen so blurry that it's illegible? Um, I can see it fine. Might be your connection. I would agree with that. Um, I am. I did a couple of updates over the weekend to actually quite a few updates to the live stream. So, for example, we're streaming in multiple places now. Not for every stream I do. Obviously, I did the mentorship call, which, by the way, yesterday the mentorship call in the mentorship group was 4.5 hours. Uh, it was just as good as the 7.5 hour call I had the week before that. And I'm not in the habit of doing, um, Braveheart long calls, measuring my time in Bravehearts. That's an old joke I used to throw out because Braveheart's 3.5 hours. You measure things in a Braveheart time frame, right? These sessions are going to be an hour or less, and and I did that on purpose because of the extended sessions I have on the 14th and 28th with you guys for free, and in the mentorship, obviously, I'm every Monday I'm in there doing those sessions, and so sometimes they go a couple hours, sometimes they go 7.5. I mean, it's just whatever comes up that somebody needs help with, I'm there to help them and push them on through. So there were several people on. It wasn't me and it wasn't one person with for 4.5 hours or just me talking for 4.5 hours. It's me doing screen shares, walking you through some stuff, building some stuff together, pointing you in the right direction, and then who's next, right? That kind of thing. It's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. I love doing that kind of stuff, and I guess that's why I end up doing long sessions like that. All that said, um, these sessions are designed to be short, and I wanted to keep them engaging. So there's ways for you to like and share and comment on the posts. I'm going to be reading the comments more often during the hour. So it's a little bit different format. I've also done a lot of upgrades to the stream itself. So not only are we multi-streaming for the December Dash sessions and the prep sessions, right, the fast start sessions, but I've got things like this FAQ screen that you're looking at right now. So like if you were to comment right now from any platform, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Facebook, I would be able to see that. I'd be able to see that and pretty instantly. It's not instant, but it's near instant. And that's cool because as comments come in, I want to be able to address them, answer them for you, right? Or questions, that kind of thing. So the FAQ screen, now you get to see that, right? You get to, where is that? Is that on this side? It's on this side. It's on this side, right here. You get to see that. I feel like a weatherman pointing at the map and stuff. But I also have cool things like intros and outros that I'm working on, um, giving credit where it's due, that kind of thing. I've added in a bunch of like memes to make things not to make things funny, but to um, highlight things that are funny. Like if I say something really stupid, or if there's a funny moment, I'm able to do that with memes. And you might recognize some of these from like famous YouTubers that use them as well. If you watch any kind of extended YouTube videos or review videos or anything, where people will edit in funny reactions, like for example,
A few moments later.
wow, that was supposed to go back to my webcam. Have to work on that one. But there's things like that where they put little transitions in, and I'm going to be able to do that via live stream, which is not the norm, right? And I'm never about the norm. I'm about what works and what's easy to make happen, but also engaging and fun. So anyway, here's an inspirational message just for you.
Just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Okay. Thank you very much for that inspirational message. Hopefully you're pumped like I am. I am ready to get this thing. I'm not seeing any comments, so I'm gonna press on, and I'm gonna actually just cruise through. I'm gonna cruise through some of the slides that we've already covered because we've already covered them. So I know several of you are watching this right now, going, "Oh, really? Is he going to cover this again?" Yeah, I am because this is exciting stuff. This is I used to in the past do December Dash. It used to be called December Blitz. I've done this several times, and this time around, I was just one award is what we used to do. Total clients, no point system, no individual achievement, which I'll talk about in a second. I'm adding some awards. That's right, I'm adding some awards. Is anybody excited about that? No? Yes? No? Excited? If you're excited, let me know in the comments. I'm excited about it because that means it's not like you only got one shot at one award, and in this case there's several awards, so it's spread out more. But that also still means you have to work to achieve them. But what if you don't get things set up in time or fast enough, let's say, and you have to miss a week of the December Dash because you're still working on setup? Well, I don't want you to miss out on personal achievement because that's important too, right? At least in my opinion. So I'm going to be adding some awards. All right, I got some agreement there. Yes. Okay. December Dash 2020 awards details and rules. So we're doing a couple of awards here. Well, I say a couple. We're doing several awards here already. The Show Up Grow Up Award. This is basically showing up December 1st through 31st. These sessions are not required for that. It's highly recommended because they're prep sessions. But we take attendance December 1st through 31st. Show Up Grow Up Award. Okay. Rules, I'll leave that out because it's in the slides. You can look it up later. Total client count. There's a first, second, and third place, and same thing. Clients same rules, all that kind of stuff. Nothing's changed there. Uh, it has to be a verified client acquired submitted between December 1st 31st. First, second, third place there, and then got their first award. So got their first award means whoever got there first. So one-time thing. Whoever got to 5 clients first, whoever got to 10, 20, and 30. That's the levels of the got there first award. So you've got 5, 10, 20, 30 clients. Uh, Best New Performance Award is um, for everyone that's physically located in the U.S. You're using Ring Ads. If you're physically located in the U.S. and you're using Ring Ads, start with less than 5 clients. You qualify for this award if you win the most points. Right? We'll talk about points in a little bit. And for those of you not located in the U.S., I got you covered thanks to Julian. Um, Komodo Award. We call it the Komodo Award. There's a whole backstory behind it. It's actually kind of funny. But again, same qualifications. The only difference is not located in the U.S. So you got to be using Ring Ads, not located in the U.S. physically, less than 5 clients starting with, and again, it's awarded to the person with the most points. Okay, Lego Man. This is my by far my favorite because it's for the one person who has followed instructions to a T. And when I say to a T, it's exactly what I mean. It's literal. Um, it's open to everyone using the platform. The winner is going to be obviously declared, picked and declared by me solely. So it's kind of like a best in show, or kind of awarded like an honorable mention, judge's favorite, judge's pick, judge's favorite, right? That kind of thing. That's what the Lego Man is, based on following instructions to a T using the Ring Ads platform. That's the deal, right? Okay. So before I get into that, I wanted to talk to you about the award that I'm adding for individual achievement. So in order to do that, I want to come back to the screen here. Actually, you know what? Let's go to that screen because I like that. I get to see if you're commenting, and you get to see if you're commenting. So if you want to say hey, say hello. If you want to tell me where you're tuning in from, tell me where you're tuning in from. I know we've got some people from the UK here, right? That's right. I have that. I have that. I don't know. I don't know if anybody got pumped about that. I get pumped about stupid stuff like that. It makes me smile, makes me happy. Anyway, so we have just checking my audio levels here. Good. All right. Before I get into the points and the verified clients and what all that is, because again, I have copies of those slides. I'm going to be making those available to you, no problem. Plus, you have yesterday's session already recorded and up, so I'm not trying to like waste a bunch of time every session on just this. But I do want to announce that I'm adding an individual achievement award, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the levels of the Get There First award. So the levels are 5 clients, 10 clients, 20 clients, 30 clients, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add individual achievement. If you hit 5 clients, even if you're not the first person, there's going to be an award for you. And I don't mean some kind of like little participation trophy. Yeah, hold on, let me see if I can find something that would. I don't mean, some kind of like little participation trophy that you can squeeze because you're still stressed out. I'm talking a lot of the stuff you've seen on the screen already, where there's going to be either some kind of cash involved, there's going to be some kind of Dollar Central credit involved. I'm going to do something for you because it's a personal achievement and it's a big fucking deal. Okay. All right. So maybe I'll throw one of these in. I don't know. Did anybody use these? Anybody remember these? The stress doll, the little squeeze of stress doll. No, I don't know. Some of you not in the U.S. might have not don't even know. Maybe don't even know what this is. This may make me look really old, by the way. I don't know, but this right here is actually really fun. I now that I've latched onto him, I don't know if I'm going to be able to let him go. Holy shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, it's funny to me. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to set him down on the desk and not look at him, because if I make eye contact, it's over. It's done. Um, so I'm gonna take the Get There First awards, right? Uh, and the levels of the awards, and I'm gonna also add. I'm not taking away anything. I'm gonna add individual achievements. So let's say you're not the first to get to 5 clients, but you get to 5 clients in the December dash, right? Within the time frames. I'm going to add the rules and all that stuff. You'll have updates on that on the 28th when we do the next main live stream, okay? But at 5 clients, 10 clients, 20 clients, 30 clients, I'm going to have individual achievement awards just for you, which means push to get there first, but don't like get all depressed when you don't, because you're still in the running. Pretty much everybody can win something, right? Or win an award. Now, when I make that addition to the December Dash, basically everybody can win something. If you put in the work, and by the way, if you notice, I'm gearing everything this time around with the December Dash. Everything is geared around you doing the work and getting rewarded for the work that you should already be doing. So when I give you points for a verified client, or when I give you points for posting in the Facebook group, I want you to be posting in the Facebook group. That's why I give you more points for that. Why? Because you're going to get encouragement there. You're going to get people that want to keep you accountable for the next client and the next client and so on. There's reasons why behind everything that I've done, including up to the amounts of points and awards, the types of awards. So anyway, I'm adding that in. It'll be official on the 28th, but I wanted to announce that. Hello. Somebody said hello to me, and I can't see who that is, but it is someone from Facebook. You know what I need to do? I need to pull up Facebook because the Restream chat window is not telling me who's who. So I want to pull up Facebook here and see if I can Let's see who's commenting. Oh, it's not in that Facebook. Maybe it's on the page. I don't know. Anyway, I'll figure that shit out later. Okay, so points are awarded. Let me go back to present mode here. All right, points are awarded by verified client, 10 points. Every verified client result posted in the Ring Ads group, 10 points. Every call recording of a client, 50 points. Uh, every $100 of revenue, 10 points. If it's an uneven amount of revenue, it goes up. It's rounded down to the 100 mark. So, for example, if you have $750 of revenue collected total, then you get 70 points. 70 points. I don't know why I broke that up, but 70 points. They got their first awards are 50 points each. Okay, 50 points each. We are not awarding, if you get a regional or national deal, we are not awarding multiple points for multiple locations as a verified client. One client is one client. Where that comes into play is the revenue you collect, because the revenue you collect on a regional deal starting out should be uh, a few times what you pull in from, even at a lower point or a smaller, starting small, it should be a few times what you pull in from just a single location client. Okay. So we're not going to be doing that, but you do get 10 points for every $100 worth of verified revenue, right? Screenshot. What's a verified client? I jumped the gun there. What's a verified client? Screenshot of revenue collected either Stripe or PayPal. It's got to be posted in the Ring Ads Facebook group. That's so people can cheer you on and be like, you're the fucking man, or you're awesome lady, you're super lady, super woman, something like that. Whatever. You know what I mean. You do you know what I mean? I hope you do. Okay. Transaction IDs. This is important. Transaction IDs, last names, not the first names. Okay, keep the first names, but things like transaction IDs, last names, other client sensitive information, it's got to be blurred. Got to blur that out or black it out if you want. If you don't know how to blur stuff, just put a little black box over it. If you don't want to reveal your vertical, and that's in your company name on the invoice or something, blur that out too. Right? I have no qualms against that. Just want to make sure that the sensitive information, like transaction IDs, last names, shit like that, are blocked out. Okay, and that will be considered a verified client when that's posted in the Ring Ads Facebook group. Okay, FAQs. Who tracks the points? I do. When will we know the results? January 14th live stream, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here in the main Facebook group. If you're not in the main Facebook group, it's free to join. Head over to Facebook, type in Ring Ads into your search bar, and you'll see something called Ring Ads Pay Per Call, and that's the group. Ring Ads Pay Per Call, that's the group. If you see the Ring Ads mentorship group and you request to join and you're not in the mentorship, you're not getting in, right? Ring Ads Pay Per Call, that's the free group. And trust me, for a free group, it's really awesome. Okay. Well, look at this. We got this session going on right now in the free group. So definitely want to join there. And then a lot of announcements and updates are made in this group as well. So tons of engagement, tons of accountability. And also, you can go from there to pick up the software. If you haven't picked up Ring Ads, it's free for life. There are some paid upgrades, sure. But in terms of operating your actual pay-per-call agency, free. That shit is free. I don't know how else to say it. Okay. How do I record my phone calls? There's a ton of mobile apps. I'll be making some recommendations on that later this week for Android and iPhone. I am an Android user. Yes, I am on a MacBook. So I do, my workhorse is a MacBook. I do my work on a Mac. But for phones, I use the best, and iPhone sucks, in my opinion. If you own an iPhone, sorry, that's just my personal opinion. That doesn't mean that you can't do what you need to get done, right? So there are mobile apps for recording phone calls to and fro for Android and iPhone. Okay. You can also use the Ring Ads platform for incoming calls to be recorded, and just forward a campaign over directly to your cell phone. It's pretty cool. Do I have to use the Ring Ads platform to qualify? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Kind of the point, right? You should be wanting to use it anyway, not because I want you to, but because we're the best and we're going to continue to be the best. What do you see what's coming next year? So build your house on the rock, not on the sand, as some scholars might say, some biblical scholars. All right, when do we start preparing for December Dash? Well, we are in the middle of it right now. Right now. All right. Do November prep sessions count for Show Up Grow Up Award? No, they do not. Although, again, highly recommended you attend these sessions that we're doing right now. When do the daily live streams start? Where do I find them? 11 a.m. That's the magic number you need to remember. 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Set it in your calendars. It's all this week, Monday through Friday, and then next week we start on Tuesday because that's actually December 1st. Okay, so right now we're in the fast start sessions, and next week is December 1st, Tuesday, right? 11 a.m. Anything else I need to know? Yes, final amounts and awards will be announced November 28th on the Ring Ads live stream. That's coming up this Saturday, and I'll make sure that those are all official. And I'm going to be adding in the new award I just announced. If you remember, I just said that a few minutes ago. Awards are subject to be added to. I'm not going to take away from them, right? Once I've announced what the prizes are, but I do reserve the right to add to them because I want to incentivize as much as possible throughout the month, throughout December Dash. All winners are subject to verification, of course, and final decisions rest with yours truly, with me. Basically, what that means is follow the rules of the contest. You're not going to have to worry about disqualification, okay? And in doing so, you will have built one hell of a pay-per-call agency, and that's the whole point. That's the whole point, friends. All right. Session number 2, what we're covering today. I'm just going to jump right into it. 3 simple rules to master success: software and training access, Facebook group, Facebook page, YouTube channel, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. You can find all that on connectwithringads.com. Connectwithringads.com. You'll see step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can like and share, follow, subscribe, hit the notifications bell if you're on YouTube for that one. And I'm going to have a video displaying each of those steps, step by step, so that you can get the perfect settings so that you'll always get notified no matter where you're at, whenever we go live, whenever we make announcements on training updates, whenever we make announcements on software updates, contests, you name it, okay? Live events, and I mean live, like in-person live events, right? All that kind of stuff. You want to be notified about that stuff. You don't want to miss that. I always get told, like, not every day, but damn near. Oh, I missed that. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, and it's like, man, I wish there was a way. And you know what? I'm going to build a site and put everything, I'm going to reach you as much as possible in as many different ways as I can in order to make sure that you don't miss it, right? And so I feel like I'm going out of my way here to do that. And all you have to do is click a couple buttons and then you'll get notified and you won't miss it, right? So we're also going to talk about live streams, which we kind of already done, and then support. But we're also covering agency website, ads website, and tracking. And then, of course, you're going to want to finish anything that's not completed from yesterday, and you're going to want to use your tracking sheet to do that. If you don't have a tracking sheet, I have one. It's a template. I'm going to share that with you guys. But for the meantime, all you have to do is look at the bullet points for what we're covering today from session 1, session 2, and so on as we go through this week, and check mark them. When they're done, check mark it. You know what I mean? That's it. That's all it takes. So the agency website setup, and again, I have some training videos coming in addition to what's already in the training for each of these things, like the ad website setup, agency website setup. But what you're going to find is if you need an over-the-shoulder view for what was I going to say? Over-the-shoulder view for setting up your ads website. I covered over a couple of days, not ads website, excuse me, agency website. I covered that over a couple of days here in the COVID Client Challenge. So that's like an over-the-shoulder view. And then if you don't like over-the-shoulder view, that's cool. There's PDFs down here. If we scroll down, actually, I don't even have to scroll down. I can just minimize that. Click on Build Your Agency, for example, and here you'll find parts 1 and 2 of the pay-per-call agency success guides. You'll find part 1 there, and if you scroll down, there's part 2. Part 2 has a ton of great training. I'm going to be updating these guides as well later this year for 2021, but they're still highly, highly relevant. Get a lot of compliments on these things. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying it's something I've noticed where if somebody's actually gone through these guides, they always, not everybody, but I always get messages back about how awesome those were and how easy they were to understand. So that's cool. They're going to be even better for 2021, but for now, they're still very highly relevant, easy to use. There's step-by-step training videos as well, covering things like ads website setup, all the plug-in settings, all that kind of stuff, right? So for the agency website and session two, for the agency website and for the ads website, that's use those resources for now. More resources coming, okay, for those of you who need it or want it, right, or both. Okay, now for tracking, I want to talk about that a little bit. So tracking is probably one of the, let me put the FAQs up that way I can see your comments. um I don't know why I'm so excited about all this. I don't know. Some people get excited when they get like an extra donut in the box, you know what I mean? Some people get some people get excited when they find a $20 bill on the ground. I get, December rolls around and I get excited. I don't know. I guess it's because I know I know what's coming, much like when you're a child and you haven't been told that Santa's not real yet. You and your dreams have not been crushed, you know what I mean? Oh man, hold on, I got a great one for that.
How dare you? You have stolen my dreams.
Yeah, when they told me Santa didn't exist, that was me. You know what I'm saying? I was upset. Anyway, so long before that happened, you knew when the holidays were coming, right? As it got cold, it's like, oh man, Christmas is around the corner, right? And for me, it's it's almost as if I won't say Christmas has been replaced because I'll get canceled by everybody and their brother. But I will say this, like it is definitely in the business side of my life become much more of a priority to me than thinking about Christmas from a business perspective and looking at Q4 and Q1 in terms of growth, like massive and rapid growth in an agency, no matter if somebody's starting from scratch to someone that has been around and has 10 clients but wants to double down. This is the perfect time of year. It's the most wonderful time to grow your agency, something like that, right? Didn't it go that way? I think so. Okay. Um, you get my point though. And tracking though, here's the key. Tracking has to start from day one. If you are not tracking everything that you need to do in at least a to-do list format, like this is what I gotta do, this is what I gotta do, this is what I gotta do, and then check, check, check. What that does is you're able to look back at your tracking sheet and go on the rough days, because believe me, okay, you will have some rough days where it's like, what am I even doing? Why am I doing this? Should I even do this? Not because it's not a good model, mind you, just because that little devil inside, right? That self-talk is not where it needs to be yet, right? And in order to combat that, a tracking list right in front of your face all the time is like, well, I did get this done, that done, and there's progress. And when you see progress, you may not sleep the best, but you also are not like totally bummed out and depressed, right? So it saves you from that abyss of depression, right? And yeah, you may still be on the edge of it, but that's not because of the model. That's because of everything else that's going on, which is why you want the model to work so that the model works for you, pulls you back from that edge, right? Quality of life improves. A lot of things come from that. Okay. Um, so take that into account. Tracking is everything, needs to be done on a daily basis. And this is a good habit to start because if you don't start it now on day one, tracking everything that you do, as you move forward and create training and teach people, hire people, train people, you're not going to train them to track. And if you're not tracking their results, you're completely in the dark. You're spending money on things that you have no idea how efficient or inefficient it is. You could be pissing money in the wind, right? And that's just not a it's not a smart thing to do is piss in the wind. You don't want to do that. Guess what? It gets everywhere, and you don't want that kind of an agency, right? So definitely start tracking day one, and then if you get behind on something, there is no behind. I just told you that. That's also why I'm adding the personal achievement awards, right? Super super important to have that. Somebody said hello, and I don't know who that was, but I love you. I love you. I love lamp. I love lamp. Okay. Uh, Tracking, finishing thing. You know what we're gonna do? We have 24 minutes left. I'm gonna copy a Zoom link. Let's see if I can grab a link here. There we go. Copy. And I'm gonna go over to Facebook, in the Facebook group. In the Facebook group. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh man.
1 hour later.
Gonna paste that in right, Jara. And it's gonna be in the comments section. Okay. So if you look in the comments of the Facebook group for the live stream in the Facebook group, let me rephrase that. You'll find a link to a Zoom room, and that Zoom room actually feeds into the live stream. Okay, but it'll be you and me live, right? The live stream's actually like on a 10-20 second delay. So I've got a waiting room here. I've got it right in front of my screen. I'm looking right at it, and comments are right above that. So um, come on in. If you got questions, you want to know more about what you're working on, I've got 23 minutes and counting, right? Before the hour is up. And I'll tell you right now, I'll go an hour every time, up to the max if I have to, or if you need me to. So if you show up, I want to reward that by, hey, do you need help with something? Do you need help with mindset? I am not a mindset guru. Uh, I say that all the time. I'm not a Tony Robbins, right? But I'm also not. Hey, Christina, I'll let you into the room now. Uh, but I'm also not. I'm also not uh, completely clueless when it comes to the mindset for this business model and helping you get there, right? And not only get there, but love it being there, right? So anyway, let's see. Christina's in. Her mic is muted. Might want to unmute that mic because I'm about to call on you. How you doing? Hello.
Hey, all right, how are you?
I can barely hear you, but I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
That is crystal clear.
Yeah, I was muted because my dog was barking.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's okay. Yeah, dogs do that from time to time. I know my baby barks. Yeah, yeah, at everything. So what's up? You've been busy lately, by the way.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm really
Good,
pumped.
good.
And this is a very great opportunity, I think, because sometimes if you are a insecure person,
Yeah,
you might start off like all pumped, and then something bad happens, and you're like, oh, this is not going to work. But the
right.
fact that you're going to be there for like every day for 30 days, that
30,
is
31.
31, sorry.
Yep, 31. Yeah,
that is that is amazing. That makes me go, okay, this could be it finally when I get things um done, you know.
good. That's what I want to hear. See, that's so it's you don't have to. A lot of gurus out there, and not even. I'm not trying to throw anybody on their bus when I say that. Like I love Tony Robbins. I think he's great. He's human. We all have problems, but man, if there was a way to live most of your life, even with problems, that's a pretty decent way to live with that kind of mindset. And while it's not always possible to start there, you can definitely grow to that. And my biggest thing lately has been uh, I've noticed that it's not oh man, I'm struggling with insert problem here. It's it's the deeper root of what's causing the reaction to the struggle, right? Not the struggle itself. Because I'll tell you right now, very, very few people, if I can't even remember who, because it's been so long and it's so rare, so long ago and it's so rare for someone to just breeze completely through on their own with no assistance whatsoever. And even those people, in most cases, come back and say, well, yeah, I did struggle a bit with that, which means they did have a struggle, but they looked at things completely differently than most people do. And so day to day, as long as you track things and see progress, for example, that's why I put a lot of focus on that, is because there's nothing better than uh, posting into a group like Ring Ads where it's a safe space for you to share and also get encouragement, uh, track your own results. There's multiple sources and assets that I'm trying to help you create to reinforce that not only are you on the right track and in the right place at the right time, but you're working with the right people, and the light at the end of the tunnel is not as far away as you think or thought originally. And when you get to the end of the tunnel, the world completely opens up because of what you're doing. For example, um, if I were to tell you that this business was uh, uh, not this business. Let's say we were talking about a business model that's not this one, and you you were gonna make $1 million a year, and you had to do some things that maybe weren't as ethical, or maybe that you didn't agree with even on a personal level, right? Because there's very few things, if anything at all, in this model that would even come close to that, and those have been addressed in how to handle that and do so with integrity, which is to me is paramount, is super important. Um, so if I were to offer you a model like that, yes, you'd make the money if you chose to do that. But at the end of the tunnel, would you have the fulfillment? Would you have the satisfaction? No, you'd probably be losing sleep at night if you had half a conscience, right? Like,
I,
because
I actually I actually dropped a couple of business models because I was excited at the beginning,
mhm,
and then they turned out to be not ethical,
ouch.
and I'm not. Yeah, I can't do that. And
Now, don't get me wrong. No matter what, no matter what you and I do, right? No matter what anyone else listening in does, there's going to be people that do that kind of shit. Period.
yeah,
But it ain't gonna be me, and I sure as hell ain't gonna teach other people to do it. Like it's just not right. I don't know. It's just I know the difference, and so do you, and so does everybody else that I want to be able to help in this business and help in their life. So when you get to the end of the tunnel, you do have a sense of fulfillment, and on top of that, name another business model. They're out there, but very few and far between. Name another business model where you get to success, and by get to, I mean achieve the levels of success that you have. So let's say your first mile marker is $10,000 a month. Name a business model at every level of achievement of 10,000, 100,000 a month, a million a month, where the fulfillment is not only there but stronger. Like I wake up every day and my clients have calls, and not just calls, but calls that have turned into deals, right? So that's business to those people. Plus, the people that called them needed the help, got the help from the clients that I got, right? Like, and then I get paid for that. It's almost like I get paid to wake up and be a good person. Like, I
yeah,
mean, that's a good feeling. There's not okay. You start up an ecom store again. Not bashing anybody that's teaching ecom, but let's face it, ecom is everywhere. Everybody's ecom. Have they've been chirping about it for years, and yeah, there's a lot of money to be made in it, and yeah, it's a great business model, and yes, you can do it ethically and unethically, both. But at the end of the day, you get a consumer a product that they wanted, but is there fulfillment for them? Like they spent money, not they didn't make money from what you're doing, right? Like
yeah,
so they're really, I'm not saying you're taking food off of their family's table, right? But at the same time, you're not putting any food on the table. So that I don't know, there's just some kind of fulfillment aspect to this business model that just pumps me up. And then for me, it's even better, I think, uh, because I get to help folks like you, where you get to go out and do the same exact thing. And it's an abundant mindset as well, because a lot of people are like, why don't you just hoard it and keep it to yourself? And I probably could, but I like this way better. I chose this way because of the engagement, because I know that you're going to teach me some things down the road. We all teach each other. We all, rising tide lifts all ships, right? Uh, to me, that's the way to go. That's how to maintain leadership, good leadership, let me rephrase, in this industry, is by working together with people that are of the same mind, right? On integrity levels, on work levels, at work ethic, all that kind of stuff, right? That's what I'm looking to do there. Plus, teaching you guys this stuff keeps me sharp for my business, right? Uh, so yeah, there's some motive there. There's I have selfish intentions there, but in terms of the larger picture, it's much more of an abundant mindset, because the more I give you, the more comes back, right? So I'm very much in the abundant mindset, and you'll not that there aren't people out there that do that as well. There are, but very few and far between for a business model that also offers fulfillment, right, at the end of the tunnel, and also does it ethically. So I'm not saying this is the greatest place on earth to be. I'm going to say it's one of the best, if not the best, that I've found and or have created. So happy to have you here. What's on your mind? How can I help you?
well, I think my main worries, because these are the things that I end up doing all the time, Well, first of all, I always overthink. So my mind goes into overload. So I'll start excited,
Hmm.
and then I get to a point where I'm like, oh, but what if this happens, or what if that happens? And I'm like, why am I even thinking about that? Because right now I'm at this stage, but yet I am thinking about, what might happen, whatever. And then the other bad thing, I mean, is a good thing, but I guess bad when you're trying to do business,
Right.
it's I'm very sensitive. So, a few weeks ago, I had a phone call with this person to sell them SEO services.
Okay.
Um, and they were so rude that I ended up crying after the call. So, if I need to get tougher. So that's for sure. But
Can I start with a couple things? Do you mind?
yeah.
I want you to hear me when I say this. You got a pen and a paper or a piece of paper,
Uh,
like A4? You guys use A4 over there. You got some A4 and a pen?
I've got notepad on
A
my laptop.
notepad? Nope. Notepad works, right? It's better if you
Okay.
write it down. So I
Okay.
would I would write it down on notepad and then write it down physically on
Okay.
on paper. Okay. Here's what I want you to write down. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I am not broken.
Okay.
That's it. And I'll explain more about it, but and you can always revisit this because we're having this conversation, but I'm not broken. And this is something that I was not smart enough to come up with myself. Because for many, many years, and I explained that to you in that video that in the group, which by the way, thank you for sharing. That was I won't say I cried, but I will say that I felt that. I had the feels big time when you shared that, and I'm not saying everybody has to share. I told you that you can share or not share, but I shared with you because I wanted you to see, okay, I know exactly where you're coming from, even if I haven't been through what you've been through. And the message at the end of the day is I am not broken, and you need to tell yourself that, not because I'm telling you to tell yourself that, but because it's true. Excuse me. Someone has convinced you, or multiple people or situations in your life have convinced you, much like I had been convinced at one time in my life, that I was broken and that I needed to be XYZ, or it needed to be insert here, need to be stronger, need to be tougher, need to be, and you said that specifically, I need to be tougher, I need to get tougher.
Mm.
No, no. You know what? I say embrace who you are. You're sensitive to people that are dickheads. Okay. That's the best way I can say it. Uh, People that are really shitty to you, you're sensitive to that. That's not a bad thing. I'm not Tom Hanks in what was that movie? Um, the baseball movie.
Oh.
There's no crying in Paper Call. I'm kidding. I'm not going to say that to you. A League of Their Own. It was A League of Their Own. That's what it wasn't it? A League of Their Own. Yeah, A League of Their Own with the baseball chicks. That was a great movie. But I'm not going to just yell at you and say there's no crying in Paper Call. Uh, I'm not saying you need to cry all the time either, but I say embrace who you are. I say embrace who you are because guess what you're going to find on the other end of the phone? You're going to find some people, by the way, that are always going to be shitty to you, right? But in maintaining who you are, when you talk to enough people, are you going to find the right people?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, you
And
are.
I'll
It's
find the type
exactly
of people I want to deal with. Yeah.
100%, Christina. So when I look at it, that's what I just described when I said I'm of who I'm attracting, with the ethics, with the work ethics, with the making sure everything's above board, how I teach, all that. Uh, yeah, I curse, but I'm also looking for people that are willing to look past it, not agree with the fact that I curse. I'm not asking you to buy into my mindset, right? You got your own agendas and mindset and motives. I don't need an ethics and moral compass. You don't need mine, right? But I am going to give you the model. And I'm looking for the people that are willing to look past that, because if you're willing to look past the fact that I curse, for example, and that I'm not cursing, and recognize also in the same light that I'm not cursing at you, like I'm not calling you a name. I hate name calling, right? See, I'm sensitive to name calling. You call me a name and I'm like, I get mad, right? I get all upset. But I've been working on that, right? And I recognize that I'm not broken. broken. I'm not broken. I might be broken. Kidding. I'm not broken. I just that's how I am. That's who I am. I'm sensitive to that, and as long as I'm aware that that's the case, I'm able to work with that and use that to my advantage. And I'm like, well, I'm sensitive to name calling. Do I need to be around people that are so easily willing to call me a name? No,
True. Mm.
absolutely not. And the same goes for you. Like you're going to find great clients and people that treat you well because you have a good heart, not because instead of thinking of it as, oh, I need to toughen up and grow thick skin. And don't get me wrong, you can work on thicker skin without having to say, I need to do that. And again, one of the best ways to grow thicker skin is to not keep irritating the skin that's already sensitive, right?
Hmm.
You're gonna run into people that are gonna rub you raw anyway, right? There's nothing you
Yeah.
can do about it except keep pushing on to find the people that are the lotion, right? Or the band-aid. And they heal through time what's going on. To where one day you wake up and you go, I may be sensitive to this and that, but I'm no longer thinking about I'm broken or that I need fixing. We're not cars, folks, right? We're not perfect beings either, but we're some of the best beings I've ever seen. I mean, look around if you need proof. Like, look at all the animals. Why are we the ones with cognitive function, higher level, higher function, right? And the question now becomes, how do you use it? Do you use it to your advantage to help others, or do you use it to just your advantage, right? Anyway, um, I am not broken. That's the main thing I will say to you, and that you need to say to yourself. And now you know why, not because I'm telling you to, but because it's the truth. And it may take some time for that to become your truth, but that is 100% my truth. I am not broken. I mess up all the time. I mess up all the time. I do it live. And let me tell you something. You might think I'm an extrovert. I'm not. I'm an introvert. Matter of
Same.
exactly. And see that's the thing. I attract the people that are attracted to this program mostly, not everybody, but most of them are type A's, introverts. But they're entrepreneurial, they're creative, they got heart, they got integrity, right? Those are the people that I attract most of the time, right? If that sounds like I just described you, if you're listening in, um, then now you know why, because that's what I put out there, right? I also put out there that it's okay to make mistakes and that it doesn't mean that you're broken, right? I also put out there that you're going to run into people that are going to be a-holes from time to time, right? And there's nothing we can do about that except find the ones who are the not a-holes and do business with those not a-holes, right? Do business with the good people. And the other thing is, at a certain point, when your paradigm shifts and you actually start to understand and accept, I think is the most important, not just understand, but accept the fact that you are not broken, then the conversation, Christina, will become, and this is for everybody listening, but the conversation will become, um, man, what is that person going through? That's where my heart went. When I realized, okay, I'm not broken. Well, then why would somebody do that? That was my question, right? Why would somebody just
Mm.
go off on me or be a total like butthead? Why would they do that? There was no cause for it, no call for it, right? And then I started thinking the only reason I ever have seen somebody do something like that in my past, in my history, not to just me, but to just anybody, was because they were having a completely horrible day, or they had just gotten news that their brother or mother or father died, or something really bad happened to them, or is currently happening to them, and they're in the throes of that, right? And that makes me my sympathy meter instantly shoots through the roof, and I have been able to, not in every case, but in a lot of cases I've been able to go, man, are you okay? What's going on? And so a great example of this, Christina, you the other day you were asking questions about, and there's nothing wrong with this, you were asking questions about the model and whether you could do this or not. How was I able to pick up instantly where you're at mentally and how deep it went? It's not
Yeah.
because I know you. We this is the first time you and I have ever spoken over the phone or virtually, right?
Correct.
How did I know that? I don't have a crystal ball over here. I got a stress toy. You know what I mean? I got this little guy that I squeeze, but that's it. So how did I know that? It's because I'm so in tune, or not so in tune. I could be better, but I'm not broken. I know this. I can tune in immediately to what someone else is going through because I don't just look at the question you ask. I look at the language you use, and I also know the model well enough to be able to tell me, okay, they should be struggling on this point if they're struggling on this point, but they shouldn't be feeling this way about it, or they shouldn't be coming from this place or this mindset with it in order to successfully navigate that, right? And so then I go in and I course correct with you, right? So it's not just
Yeah.
you. It's not just you, Christina. It's I do this with everybody, right? I'm able to see that pretty much across the board and go, man, that person must be dealing with something deep. And it may be recent, it may be, and the thing is, like, recent recent occurrences or recent events tend to dredge up all the shit, right, from the past. Where it's like somebody was mean to you. You said, what was that, last week or 2 weeks ago?
Couple of weeks
Couple
ago.
of weeks
Yeah.
ago. But see, a couple of weeks ago is still recent enough, fresh enough, kind of like a scratch on the arm reminds you of the time you broke your leg, right? For some
Hmm.
reason. Uh, it's just how it goes. And that's,
True.
as long as you're aware of that and you understand that that's not you as a broken person. That's you, your, well, that's your subconscious telling you you need to work through some shit. And I don't mean with a therapist or anything, by all means. But for the business, it just means you need to be aware that anytime you're going to be doing something in this business, you're bringing that stuff with you. And you have a choice. You have a choice. You can recognize that you're bringing it and say nope and drop it and leave it where it sits, and guess what? It's going to come back and you're going to have to make that decision every day. It's going to become a conscious decision, and then, or it is a conscious decision, and then it becomes a habit of conscious decision, and then it becomes unconscious. That's the process. But it starts with, I am not broken, 100%. And I'll tell you, you keep working, you keep producing the progress. That's one of the main reasons why I'm here all the time, is because if I'm not, I don't want to leave you to your own devices and not have, even if I left you to your own devices, you should have tracking, right, to help you with that. But I don't want to just give you the bare minimum, right? I guess I could, but again, not in alignment with what I'm doing and who I'm looking for. So happy to have you here. Any last questions or comments or anything?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay, okay, that's cool. I'm not going to press you for anything. It's great
But
to
thank
it's
you so much.
Yeah, it's
Thank you so
great to
much.
hear you. Great to hear from you. Glad you came on, and yeah, I'm not an extrovert. Just throwing that out there. I really am not.
Same.
Yeah,
And
there
you're
was.
literally, can I just say, you're literally like a breath of fresh air. Like I've never seen anyone like you.
I
Like
thank you.
doing these kind of courses and like giving so much value and being so sensitive about other people and all. So
Well, we all come from different walks of life, right? And I've learned in my life to not be the first one to judge, right? We all judge at some point or make judgments and assessments. I call them assessments. But we don't have to just hang that around people's neck either and be the first one to do it. Certainly not the first one to do it. I give people the space to be comfortable and tell me what's really going on so that I can help them and come from a place of service, not from pointing the finger, right? I can't stand that. And anything language wise that's directed towards that is just, like, I guess the best way to describe it, and I'll leave you with this, is, and everybody, so that we can get back to work. Uh, but the idea is this: if those posts that you made, if I had just said, you're not doing this and you need to do this and you, that's me judging. If it
mm,
starts with the word you, it's not always a judgment, but it's almost always a judgment, and or a judgmental, um, like, I've already made my mind up about the fact that you have not done or you have done this. Even if it could be a positive judgment, you made that happen. That's a judgment. That's me telling you, I believe I've made a judgment. You have made that happen, right? In a good way. Like you go and build the agency, you take the credit. I don't actually want the credit for that. I want you to take the credit for that. You can give me props for helping you get there, but ultimately you built the agency, not me. So I do give judgments out for sure. And on those, I'm also not quick to judge those. I wait until someone says, I would not have been able to do this without you. And I say, well, that's bullshit. You could have. It just would have taken you longer, most likely. But keep in mind, you did the work. I judge them with that positively. So there are positive judgments as well. Just throwing that out there. And I didn't attack I say attack. I didn't approach the comments or the questions you asked in the group in that way, because I know there are things that you could be doing, and instead I choose to share them with you and let you figure out what you're going to do, right? Because some people choose to take me up on what I share and some people don't. And the people that do usually end up coming back and saying thank you, and that's exactly what I needed or whatever. And the people that don't and stay where they're at. And the thing is like, do you hear me saying, oh, it's because you didn't do this or because you didn't do that? Now, if somebody comes to me and says, I'm trying to get this done the way you teach, and then they say, I've done this, I'm like, well, that's why you got that result, because you did not follow. So that is a judgment, but not in a negative sense. Most people take that negatively. It's really tricky. It's really tricky. But the idea is to listen more than to speak when someone's telling you what they're dealing with. Because even in this business model, you could be talking to me about your agency website setup, for example, tomorrow, right? And you come back to me with a couple of questions. And if I'm not listening well enough, right, the way I do, or if I'm not reading in the language well enough like I do, like actually reading the post and taking my time to read it, or questions that you have, I might miss something else that's actually keeping you from building the agency website, not the actual work of the agency website. Because let's face it, to put up an agency website, everybody that's built one the way I teach, hindsight, they're like, well, that wasn't, even if it was something they've never done before, it's like, well, that wasn't that bad, right? That's like the worst I get in the aftermath. The best I get, well, that was easy, right? But usually there's something else keeping you from doing it. For example, belief systems tend to get in the way. So there's a lot on that. We'll talk about that as time goes on, but I'm happy to have you here. I'm glad to, I've never been called a breath of fresh air. I don't know about all that, but I will, you know what, out of love, I will accept that and take that and say, thank you. I do appreciate that. I just want to see you succeed, build the business. I'll let you get back to work, and I'm here for you. If you got questions, ask away. This goes to everybody. It's an open invitation. Be sure to join the Ring Ads Facebook group. It's free to join. Software's free for life. There are paid upgrades, yes, but you don't have to do those. I'd much rather, actually, I told Christina this, much rather you reinvest with me than invest with me, because I know that you can build a business and build a successful agency, and then in turn reward Ring Ads for being basically your partner without having to pay us a percentage in business. And we're totally okay with that. We like that, because that keeps you around long term, keeps you happy long term. You're making money, we're making money, everybody wins, including your clients and their clients and customers. So anyway, that said, I'll bounce out of here. I'll catch you guys. I know we went a couple minutes over, but that's okay. Still an hour, and I'm going to catch you guys here tomorrow, 11 a.m. For session number 3. All right. Bye for now, guys.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Cool. You fall. Back on my shit with a new advantage. I leave it up to you to settle the damage. Diamond, yeah, I know it's foreign to him. I came from the guts of rural Alabama. Steph Curry wrist, watch with the handle. Simple motors, gotta lead by example. Not too many make it out when they doubt. Never been about bailing off of my route. Rain gang, got the city HD. Hate to see my brother die every week.
Numb to your vision.
My life got me too fucked up. Disrespect to make a nigga go dumb. Pillow talking while you nursing that bitch and turn you to a scrub. I let prices from the plug, Bay Shore, Ocean View, or win Adidas with the boots. Niggas out here slinging arbitrage, so the money really no excuse. Welcome to the realm.